So welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video, and we are looking at FIFA 23 Ultimate Team for this one. Now this is obviously the biggest mode for FIFA and EA themselves because that's where they make the most money, and they've got a few new additions coming. They've got, well, we're going to let the video run actually because that probably will help. But we've got foot moments, we've got new chemistry, there's cross-play, there's customization, and then I think there was the World Cup, which they really didn't talk a whole lot about. But the World Cup was actually just about, there it is, everything listed, as we just said. So yeah, everything was talked about the World Cup was pretty much for Ultimate Team. There was no talk about, you know, is there a dedicated offline mode? We'll get all that information later, but we know there's DLC coming once the game has launched. So, Foot. Do you guys enjoy it? Have you played it? I mean, look, we've all played it, haven't we? We've all ventured online. We've all given it a bash at some point in time. And these are the new things they've added, right? So, foot moments. And this is something that, I don't know, maybe I would try this just because I'm more of an offline guy. You know, if you're going to put things for offline players that's specifically for foot, then fantastic. That's what I'd like to see, honestly, because sometimes I don't want to play against a real person. But basically, this is the premise. You have very short snippet scenarios like this, which state score a goal from within the opponent's box with one attempt, okay? So you do that, and then you get a reward. It gives you a star system. With those stars, you can then go and buy packs and players, etc., and you can keep these stars as much as you want. They said that you will not lose them, so you can, as I said, you can keep them, gain more and more for better rewards, or you can just start opening packs. And then you also have difficulty levels, as you can see on the right hand side here, AI difficulty. So if you crank that up to world class, legendary, ultimate even, you're going to get better rewards and better stars, and then it tells you the rating and the modifiers and all that stuff. So this was interesting. I mean, I don't know if this will get boring fast, you know, after a while. They did state that they are going to keep updating these, which they kind of have to. Otherwise, you know, what's the point of it? I mean, there's a snippet of gameplay for you. And I will say, look, IGN has a video out of an early build of them playing it. I'm probably going to look at it and dissect it. But I will tell you this much. I've gone through Reddit. I've had a look at people who've got the closed beta. And people are saying it's pretty much FIFA 22. The gameplay is a bit of a mixed bag again, so don't expect anything crazy. I mean, I will say the pace of this isn't bad. You know, I feel like, as you saw there, with the player actually taking the touches, they're a little bit more realistic, almost PES-like. The problems happen when, you know, the ball starts just going through players' feet and then they start gliding all over the shop and it becomes a mess. But, yeah, I'm not holding too much judgment with the gameplay. It's basically going to be FIFA 22 with a few things. I will say also, and I've had people send me clips of the goalkeepers. They don't look great, do they, to be honest? I mean, the goalie here, I know he's smashed this, so I can't really fault the goalie. I mean, they are saying as well that the power shots could be a little bit too extreme. But the goalies seem a little bit naff. I don't know. We'll wait. We'll see. We know what's going to happen. The game will get patch after patch after patch. You can't please everyone, and once people start playing this online and if people start complaining, they are going to speed things up. They are going to do whatever they need to do. But once again, it's like the goalies never really put their hands out at the right time. I don't really know, and a lot of the times the goalie's fallen down, you know, before the ball's even got to him. Once again, though, I think they're all just doing these power shots, and there's just way too much power on the ball. Anyway, that's for another day. So there's your foot moments. As you can see, fur in the face as always. You get stars in the bottom left hand corner depending on how good you are, and then from there this is where you can buy your packs, and at the bottom you can see there's stars, right? So up here is how many stars you have, and then down the bottom, if you want to wait and get yourself a whopper of a pack, or maybe just a loaned Mbappe, then you can go ahead and do that. So the choice is yours. And this, I like this. I like this purely for someone like myself who doesn't play foot a whole lot. You can go online for an hour a day, do a couple of these foot moments, get some stars, and then maybe after a few weeks, you've got enough to get a pack that you wouldn't be able to get if you just played online over and over again. Because I wouldn't. I don't play foot enough to really care a whole lot, but something like this might give me a little bit more purpose. Another concern, though, once again, is, you know, it's the AI, and I've said this time and time again. Like, watch number 3 here. He stops running. Why? What? I mean, this just continually is a problem in FIFA. I mean, it happens in eFootball and PES too sometimes, but in FIFA it seems to be constant. And for some reason, number 3 has just stopped running. So now he starts running. Well, it's too late then. He's already gone. And it's the annoyances of that. I mean, when would a defender ever stop running there? You just wouldn't. It's the game engine, folks. I'm telling you. But anyway, there's another goal for you. Smacked it in the old bottom bins. Showing you the old free kicks. Which you have to get used to that, folks. There are new free kicks, new corner kicks as well. But yeah, I'm more concerned about the AI positioning. I don't think it's going to be great. Now, the next big thing is chemistry, folks. It's been completely redefined. As you can see now, there is no chemistry bar anywhere to be seen. Normally you'd have it up here, right? Like the top right or so. Now you've got these little diamonds, as you can see right there. And depending on the player you have, they'll have, like, Vinicius has got 2 right now, so his chemistry's, you know, whatever, is about 60%. 65%, and then you've got other players too. There's one for what's his name in the middle, forgot his name, whatever. But anyway, so they've completely redefined the chemistry, which now does mean, and I've got nothing against this, I think this is a smart move. It is kind of like eFootball. You're going to be able to create a lot more teams with a lot more variety. And also now, if you put in a player, they did state, who doesn't have any kind of chemistry with the team, he's not going to get any negative effects. So you can still play players kind of out of position. They won't get any perks. They're just going to be playing with their base stats. So that way you can try maybe a centre forward that you wouldn't normally put into the team. There's just going to be a lot more variety. I don't think this is a bad thing. I mean, this is the first time ever that they've decided to mix things up and finally change things and give you a bit of, as I said, variety. Another example is someone like Cancelo. You can now switch him from a right back to a left back because he's that kind of versatile player. They're going to show that in a second. Here they are talking about the old diamonds. But yeah, you can now pretty much put numerous players in numerous positions with different positions. Yep, sounds perfect. And there it is on the left-hand side. It tells you your total chemistry. Yeah, so it's going to be oh, there it is, Pedri. That's his name. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of mix and matching, trying different things out, which I have nothing against because I can't stand playing the same teams online over and over again. It becomes very annoying. As you can see right here, here it is. Preferred position for someone like Son is left midfield, but he can also play centre forward and left winger. I believe they said you had up to 3 alternate positions you could put out any kind of player. So, as I said, you can mix and match. And then someone like Cancelo, you can switch him from a right back, head down to apply consumable, go over to positioning and modify his positioning to a left back. Would you like to use a position modifier? Yes, I certainly would, sir. And there we have it. Now you can whack him on the left-hand side. And they said players like, you know, Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, right? They're very key players for Liverpool's. Their chemistry will improve when you have players like that. So yeah, one of the bigger things I'd say for FUT, definitely the chemistry being completely changed, means you are going to see dying here. You are going to see a bigger variety of teams on FUT. And yeah, I think it suits players like myself, once again, who don't play this game religiously every single day. We don't have to worry about it too much. And also legends, they said, once again, you can put the legends in the team. Maybe the chemistry doesn't match up, but their stats are still going to be base stats. So you're not going to get any negative effects. You can put Wayne Rooney in this team and he's still going to be a beast. I mean, a legend's a legend. Come on, let's be honest here. They're still redonkulous. There's Robin van Persie. What a beast. I will say the shoes crack me up. It's like everyone's got clown's feet. Have you seen that? Whoppers. Right, moving on to crossplay. This is obviously a big one because now, if it's a 1v1, it has to be 1 versus 1. Any 1v1 mode, so rivals or just a regular, you can opt in to cross-play. Now, the way this works is it's obviously next-gen versus next-gen. You can't do next-gen versus old-gen. So PlayStation 5 can take on the Xbox Series X, and then PlayStation 4 will take on the Xbox One, etc. PC, I'm guessing, is the same way. You can do PC versus the PS5 or PC versus the Xbox One X thingy-majiggity. And yeah, it's just going to give you a broader range and a chance for us PlayStation guys to take on the old Xbox guys. I don't know if I'll turn it... God, blimey. I don't know if I'll turn it on or not, to be honest. I don't play foot a whole lot. I'm going to be diving into career mode, to be honest. But still, crossplay is a big thing. Obviously, they're trying to get people, or people are trying to boycott and trying to get EA to do crossplay for the old pro clubs. Because that makes more sense when you need 22 players as opposed to just 2, but EA haven't been able to do that. Customization, as always, they're going to give you more, you know, TIFOs. They've got more, I think, animated things. Now, look at that. They've got an eyeball. I mean, this is all cosmetic. Couldn't give a rat's hole. I'm going to say something else about this, to be honest. But, you know, it just adds a little bit of, as you say, a little bit of uniqueness to your team when you want to mix things up. Talking about the World Cup, it was very brief. I mean, they really didn't talk about anything. They just said it's coming later. I just really want an offline World Cup mode. I want a proper offline mode, but I miss those days. We don't have them anymore. Remember those World Cup games where you used to be able to go through the group or the qualifying and then the actual World Cup? They don't do that anymore, folks. It's all about making a quick buck. But it is going to be free, so, you know, you can't really complain. And there we have it, folks. That's pretty much the Ultimate Team trailer. One of the longer trailers, unsurprisingly, because that's where they make the bunts. But I think that might be it now. I don't think they're going to do any more trailers. The closed beta, as I said, is out. And there are people saying that, you know, there's not a whole lot of change from FIFA 22. So I will cover what I can. And generally, I am going to probably go over the IGN video as well and dissect that. But look, FIFA 23 is going to be like FIFA 22. We knew that already, folks, but it is what it is. Anyway, subscribe if you like the videos. Please do as well, because we're trying to get to 100,000 subs. But until next time, subscribe for more and take care.